pretty colors. Yo, brain puppies!
Before you do anything, I am your ally. We are in danger.
Oh, shit. A mind flayer.
The Githyanki is the source of our protection against the Absolute. I must subdue him, or everything we've worked towards is lost. Don't let my form deceive you. I am the one
What?
that's been protecting you.
Thank you.
I am the one that came to you in your dreams. Help me.
Hey, why'd you leave this door open? Yes, I do remember that, Weasel. This is a pretty insane thing to start out on.
You saved a child from a viper back in the Druid's Grove. You saved the Asima Night Soul from her soul cage. You let me live last time you were here, though it brought Blackheath's wrath upon you. Your continued existence as yourself, and not a mind flayer, should be all the proof you need. Now, help me.
Despite your best attempts to be subtle, the Mind Flayer's awareness is everywhere. You blunder in its presence like a warg pup learning to walk.
You must be joking. I am telling you my thoughts directly into your head. But if you insist on taking a look for yourself...
Yeah, you're definitely my dream visitor because you're just annoying and pretentious.
Nothing in your colorful existence to date could have prepared you for this. As the horror subsides, you are left with only one coherent thought. You must do whatever you can to subdue the Githyanki.
Happy? Now, join me. Fight!
Aid an illicit against Githyanki. We cannot. We must not.
Your blind loyalty will be your undoing, Lae'zel. Fight with me for your own survival. Together, we can turn the tide.
Who am I aiming at? Well, this is like two of them. This should be easy. Wrap this up for me, will you, Karlak? Just done already. First, activate jumpy jump powers. Second, boing. Third. Hell yeah. You halved your health in like one hit. Do not sleep on the Soul Breaker. Cool loot. Ah, there she is. Boing. Seriously? I need a bonus action. Oh wait, I think I took one away. I meant to give myself one. I don't have any movement speed though.
Got to concentrate. Time to deal some punishment.
it off, try again. Don't even worry about it. Shake it off, try again. There we go.
Don't look at me like that. I am a mind flayer, yes. Without me, you would be a slave to the Absolute.
Yeah, as you keep telling me.
It's obscene. To owe my life to a damned geich. No more lies, no more tricks. I will have answers!
I was someone once. Someone just like you. An adventurer.
Wait, you've been a mind flayer this
I
whole
came
time?
from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure. To a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now. For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the Absolute.
So you
I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my own city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me when I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. People referred to me as the Emperor. Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was. My needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the Brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become. Not all mind flayers are alike.
Don't
I have always valued
racist.
freedom
I am
above
a
all else.
building.
In my past life and present, it has been a burning need within me for as long as I can remember. Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the astral prison. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt a change. My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside, and found the Githyanki. I realized what the prison was for. Containment. While my body was within the prison's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki and find allies in the outer world. You. Prince Orpheus, son of the first leader of the Githyanki.
Orpheus? Impossible. He was slain by Justil Kithrak himself.
Quite possible, I assure you. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive-mind communication. It is the same power that enabled his mother, Gith, to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of your people. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her, and so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave. Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
Control him? Skvar! You must return him to his people.
That would be a terrible idea.
Elaborate. Why would it be a terrible idea? Was it you or Orpheus that Queen Vlaakith wanted us to kill when she ordered us inside the prison?
Most certainly Orpheus. He is a threat to her reign. Some of your people still revere him in defiance of their teachings. Vlaakith was safe as long as you believed him dead. But as you can see, he is very much alive.
I don't understand. The histories claim the prince was burned to ash in the skies.
Your histories are fabrications. The prince was not killed.
I really do like
As you
this
can very
armor
well
though. This is
see.
some sick ass
He
armor.
was in prison. She kept him this way because she was reluctant to eradicate such power. Power that she might one day wish to take from him. If the rest of your people ever find out what she's done, there will be civil war. Your queen will be finished. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense will be to kill him. And in so doing, he will doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched Illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid. A sworn enemy, just like me.
You'd think he'd be a little bit more reasonable.
You are already more Illithid than you realize. It has improved you. You seek to reverse an inevitable process. A process of evolution. When I first escaped from the Elder Brain, I too railed against the change. But the longer I have inhabited this form, the more it has grown on me. Even if my original body remained intact after I transformed, I would not return to it. Doing so would only impose limitations. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You too should embrace this change. I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence.
Say what?
You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty. If you let me, I can evolve you. The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid. So, do you wish to evolve or not? You will be able to do things you never thought were possible. There will be physical alterations, of course, but only partial. You will retain most of your current form, and you will soon see that the benefits outweigh any perceived loss.
I don't know.
Skra! Whatever this gig offers is no gift to you.
You continue to surprise me. Your mind is truly something special. Now, hold out your hand.
I saved just in case this goes in a weird direction.
It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens, its yearning almost unbearable. Your mind is a veritable feast. The tadpole's essence courses through you. Where it touches, your flesh, glands, organs contract and flood with pure thought. You feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
You are exquisite. When your allies see what you can do, I hope you encourage them to try.
Don't do drugs,
themselves.
kids.
But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey. You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
Thanks for resubbing. I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry, I had to go fix my lunch. Okay, so general tutorial. I am half illithid. Let's see what happens here. See if I'm gonna keep this decision or save scum my way out of it. Hey, William.
No time to rest.
Ooh, I got extra powers. Ooh, displacer beast. Hell yeah. Let's see how my girlfriend feels about this.
Out of here, quickly! We'll speak after.
Oh, we gotta get out?
Something good here, I hope. Let's see. I'm exhausted. Better find somewhere to camp soon.
I mean, we were camping and then we got attacked.
Maybe it'll bring us closer.
I'm sure Lae'zel has some opinions.
Orpheus, Gith's only son. He lives. It is not the Geich visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet. Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. Let us remember our history together. Long ago, when we rose up against our Geich slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the Archdevil Tiamat. Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom our people now call Queen. Our current Vlaakith has claimed undeath and reigned for 1,000 years. But it was the first whom Orpheus tried to slay. Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshes teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant illithid. Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps. We meet Voss in the city, and we obtain the key to freeing Orpheus from his prison. Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our Geich slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
Oh, seems like she's latched onto a new god.
It also promises to break us beyond repair. This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less. Do you not feel the cold where once there was heat? The void where your soul once resided?
Whiffed it.
I can feel them. The might, the vigor, the possibilities. The Elder Brain could be the harbinger of the grand design and the doom of the Githyanki. The end time of the 16 planes will be upon us, and the Astral would be the first to fall. Very well. I will accept what this damnable Geichrok has to offer. Yisk Githkar Tafki Krashet.
I don't know what that meant, babe, but cool.
Life pulses from within. The parasite's thoughts whisper at the edge of your mind. It wants to share itself with you. It wants to be let in.
Go on. Don't be afraid. It only wants to help you evolve.
A coldness seeps through your veins as the tadpole awakens. The tadpole's essence courses through you. You feel different.
Perhaps, once the others see what you can do, they will consider trying it for themselves.
All right. Well, hey, that was a pretty easy convincing. Guess I'll have a chat with everybody else, see how they're feeling.
Just what I need.
By Balduran's bones, this is a lot to take in. Let's see if I've got this right. 1, we've been carrying a mind flayer around with us this whole time. 2, it's been appearing as someone else in our dreams, cajoling us to embrace our new illithid talents. 3, the mind flayer's been siphoning a Githyanki prisoner's powers to shield us from the Absolute's voice. Did I miss anything? How could I forget? One of Baldur's Gate's most distinguished figures, a Mind Flayer's ally. Sensational tales, aren't they? Almost unbelievable. With a narrator so unreliable, how do we tell fact from fiction? I can't pretend I have the answer, but I know the Illithid's right about one thing. It holds our fates in its talons. Until the absolute falls,
Don't
there's
really
no
have
getting
talons.
rid
He
of
has
it.
like tentacles.
Yes, and at a great cost, partial ceremorphosis. I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be.
I mean, you're a devil. No, I feel like that ship is kind of sailed. Oof! Jesus. We're gonna be an army of squiddy boys.
I won't begrudge you your choice. As for me, though, I'm not ready. I might never be. Gods, yes. I can feel its energy, its essence filling me to near bursting. Very well. I will avail myself of the astral tadpole's powers.
The way they're not that hard to
Life,
convince at all.
It wants to share itself.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
A coldness, the tadpole you feel. Dip.
Perhaps.
Right, who else do I have to convince to take drugs? Shadowheart, what's up, girl?
Already feeling better.
So, there's been a mind flayer inside the artifact, or astral prism, the whole time we've had it. Sounds like utter madness, even though I've seen it with my own eyes. The more I learn, the less I understand just why I was sent to retrieve that thing. But it matters little now. I do not serve Shah anymore, nor the Mother Superior. The prism is no longer my mission. Saving my parents is. But I digress. Did you want something? I haven't even dared to use the more benign forms of Illithid powers. Do you really think I'm eager to jump to the next step? Do you know what this entails? Well, of course you do. But I don't want that for myself.
I have a feeling this is gonna be a high roll. Oh, sweet, I get advantage. Good.
Fine. I truly hope you're right about this.
Life pulses from it wants to share.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
A cold, the tadpoles that you feel different. Your body has never felt more connected. Your mind present in every flex of a joint or muscle.
Perhaps. Once the others see what you can do, they will.
who's next? Who's gonna take drugs next? Is everybody over here?
Should mind my step.
Karlak, my next victim. I mean,
What's on your mind?
patron.
Ah, great powers, huh? I'm skeptical. Thought you'd be too. Especially if this thing wants to turn you into, what, a half squid? Then again, you can pull it off better than most.
Auga.
You've got to be kidding. You really want me to become a partial illithid? Wasn't a decade in Avernus punishment enough?
Ooh, that was close.
Oh, I'm that easy to manipulate, am I? Where's that bloody worm? Stick it in my eye before I change my mind.
Corrupting my teammates. Do drugs, kids.
Life pulses from within. The
For
parasites
legal purposes, that was a joke.
Go on. Don't be afraid.
A coldness seeps through the tadpoles you feel.
Perhaps.
Alright, who else?
Swift as my feet can carry me.
So, we owe our lack of tentacles to one of the very creatures that kidnapped us. At least my lack of tentacles. I'm not sure what's next for you. Don't look at me like that. I know what you're going to say. The answer is no. No.
The quick save. I don't know if I'm gonna win this, first of all. Ooh, yeah. Glad I did that. Yoink. Gay ass response. Everything Astarion does is gay ass. I remember the time that this girl made a TikTok
Don't look at me
where
like
she was like,
that.
this haircut
I
makes me
know
look
what
like that
you're
twink
going to
from
say.
Baldur's Gate. And I was like, you're gonna be a lot more
The
specific
answer
when you
is
say that
no.
twink from Baldur's Gate.
No.
Capability, alacrity, quickness. The feeling the world was made for you. Such is the potential of the illithid kind. He sees it, yet he fears it still.
Fuck off! I can tell what you're doing. You will not break me down. If we master the tadpoles, it will be different. But right now, that mastery depends on an illithid and its Githyanki slave. I'm not going to submit to this. Don't ask me again.
Always at your side.
Oh, quite the rug pull, eh? A mind flayer manipulating us this whole time. Such creatures are not to be trusted as a general rule, though this one does appear to have had a significant hand in our survival up to this point. At best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. We should be wary of what such an alliance may cost us.
My computer is like burning up. This is crazy.
Don't look at me like that. I know what you're going to say. The answer isn't...
Capability, such as the potential of the illithid kind. He sees it, yet he fears it. As you pick apart his mind, you discover his worst memory, that which brings him the purest terror. Complete solitude after being disobedient, sealed, buried alive, voiceless. Will this be forever?
And ever, you'll stay in my heart.
Then the release. He will never disobey again.
Damn you. All right. I'll do it.
Sorry I had to open up some trauma wounds there. I didn't really mean to. It's gonna happen, but you know. To be fair with this crowd, it's difficult to say anything that doesn't open up some trauma.
It only...
A coldness the tadpoles as you feel.
Blah, blah, blah. Glad we had this talk.
I need a moment for the two of
I don't
us.
feel like Gale's gonna be as hard to convince. He likes power.
Oh, such creatures are, at best, an ally whose motivations remain shrouded in deceit. I can only imagine what I could do were I to adopt the biology of a mind flayer.
See, he's
Certainly
already
doesn't
horny
seem
for
to have
it.
done you any harm. Or rather, you've not yet done me any harm. Still, there are undoubtedly risks to such a transformation.
Baldur's Day companions get therapy challenge. I feel like Gale actually probably has like the least just like objectively horrible abusive background, but like he was just like really horny for power and that's what did him in.
If this is what the fates have offered to aid our cause, then who am I to refuse?
Life, it wants to share it.
Go on. Don't be...
A coldness the tadpoles that you feel different.
Perhaps. Once the others see what you can do.
Uh-huh. Alright. Anyone left? Halsin doesn't have a tadpole. Or did Lae'zel, Karlach, Shadowheart, Gale, Will, Astarion. I think that's it. Cool. The rest of you homies don't have any mind...
First in my heart.
Don't have any brain worms, so...
When I first met you, saving yourself from Ceramorphosis was your greatest wish. And yet now, you've stepped closer to embracing it. I trust your leadership and respect your decisions, but I truly hope this is not something we come to regret.
Daddy, chill. Right, any tentacles yet? Oh yeah, Shadowheart got her new dye job.
Be honest. What do you think of the new look? Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now. Fine. What's on your mind?
Alright, let's check out what we got. So that's Jahira. Hell yeah. Will is OP. Also, what happened to that sick ass rapier you got? Shadowheart now being the closeted evangelical kid who bleached her hair for the first time. It was her destiny.
These things have stayed interesting.
Her fate. Wonder what Jahira thinks of the
I
whole
want to have a word.
Squiddy Boys situation.
Shadowheart walks a little freer of the shadows. She could shave her skull and paint it purple. It would still suit her. That speaks well of your taste. I've heard my share of bad ballads about things I never did. If you have questions, ask. Just don't expect my answers to rhyme. It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder? Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best. Ask it. More than I would like. In my youth, I was a brief and very much unwilling member of a colony's hive mind. I felt the way they think, saw the world as they do. Foul, unnatural creatures who find the foulness in us and twist it to their will. But then, who am I speaking to? You have far more experience than I. I believe you. You remind me of another I knew, marked by forces beyond their control. The gods can grant power or strip it away, but so long as your will remains, you have the only weapon you need.
You're on the bus? Oh, we finally left Act 2. We're officially in Act 3. I've breezed through this particular playthrough. But that's because I knew where some stuff was. And I skipped some of the missions. I think I'm going to do a Dirge playthrough next.
We must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves, and take their nether stones.
At the ready.
The city is close now. My former peers will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return.
No traps, please.
We should do what we can to find them.
Dark
What they know
Urge.
could help us.
The Dark Urge. It's a playthrough you can. It's like the evil playthrough basically, or a playthrough you can do where you get a bunch of like intrusive thoughts about like doing fucked up shit, and you can either fight against them or go with it. The fandom calls it Dirge, abbreviation of Dark Urge.
Excuse me. I can't find my mum.
I don't see that's my problem, kid. Astarion and Lae'zel will like it if I say that's not my problem, and everybody else will be like...
She was sick. She had spots on her face and hands. She went to go get some herbs, and she was supposed to come back the same day. That was last 10-day, though. Thank you. Mum loved food like this. Simple is best, she always said.
Yeah, I was just thinking, the kids just look like tiny adults.
I think she'll probably come soon. Thanks a lot.
Like, whenever they cut back to, like, Shadowheart, like Baby Shark, as I have named her, it just looks like they shrunk the Shadowheart model. It doesn't look like a child, necessarily.
You'll be in a big, cozy bed soon enough.
You have anything you want for supper. All the treats your tummy can handle.
I'm never allowed sweet things right before bed.
Can't talk. I'm sorry. The little one needs all of my attention. Nearly there now. You can see the city, up on the hill.
Do you know where we're going? What kind of inn is it?
This kid looks like Mike
Will there be
Pence.
feather beds?
Nearly there now. You can see the city, up on the hill.
I see it.
I hope they at least gave her a different hairstyle as a kid. True.
That's why we need to walk just a little more. One foot in front of the other.
If I was a Sharon lookout, this
What in the
is
hell was
things
that?
I'd wait around.
An earthquake, perhaps. Strong enough to rouse the dead, too.
And yet nobody's particularly reacting to it.
File a report, and I'm sure the Manic will deal with it.
Coddling these vagabonds, and don't give a rat's ass.
Young lady, Shadowheart, a word.
Who the fuck said that?
Very well.
I just lost a wager, thanks to you.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true?
Has Our Lady forsaken you?
This reminds me of how when you're playing Breath of the Wild, and like the Yiga clan or whatever will like pretend to be like random merchants, and you know, you'll go up and talk to them, and then all of a sudden they'll just fucking attack you. That always put me on edge. I'm just like, oh, that guy's offering free bananas, and then he's like, you will die.
I know the truth. I know my parents still live. Tell me where they are, and I have no quarrel with you.
I'm afraid the quarrel is unavoidable, thanks to you. Now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
The absolute. Back off and return to your homes. That's an order.
Why don't you protect us instead of
Nice to be in a crowd of normal people for once.
Really? I prefer my company. Extraordinary.
Oh, thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank Gortash.
Excuse you? I didn't need that prick to make me who I am.
You murdered someone in view of a guard. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you're under arrest.
No, don't worry about it. I'm gonna try that. Alas, I got here too late.
You've convinced them, for now. But transgress again, and no amount of talking will get you out of trouble.
I love that that worked.
I'm not paid to defend.
Let's have a look.
No, we pay taxes for you to protect us, not these intruders.
Tempers are rising. It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Oh, all right, spoil sport. I just didn't want him snitching, you know.
Coddling these vagabonds and don't give a rat's ass about honest citizens.
Oh, gods. Not another protester. Go talk to Nestor if you must. I've got plenty on my plate with these mewling geese.
Refugees can't stay here in Remington. They're a danger to all of us. Waldarians, stand with me against this tide that threatens to overwhelm us.
Please just go home. You're ruining a perfectly uneventful posting with this nonsense.
The flaming fists are supposed to protect this good city.
Oh, great
But they
magas.
allow trash and vermin to take our homes and goods. Ah,
Make Baldur's Gate
another
great
visitor,
again.
I see. Listen, we keep letting the likes of you in. Soon, there'll be no room left for any of us true Baldarians.
Why is everybody so racist?
I thought cities were supposed to welcome folk of all walks of life.
Why you thought that?
Clearly, I was mistaken.
Oh, my apologies. Now I hear you speak, I, of course, realise you're a local. Another bleeding heart. Piss off and take it elsewhere.
I'm not paid to debate with civilians.
No, we pay taxes for you to protect us, not these intruders.
Between you and me, I don't think there are enough flaming fists here for these refugees. Us Baldurians can't feel safe with so many of them roaming about without proper supervision.
Let's hope Archduke Gortash can make a difference.
They're beggars and criminals, and we won't have them.
And I'm sure the monarch will deal with it.
You, turn around and toddle your way right back out of here. Everything in this barn has been donated for the refugees, not you. Now piss off. I'm doing my job. You can win the shop elsewhere. Now, are you going to clear off or not? Guess you're not all bad. Give it here and I'll make sure it's kept safely with the other donations. Let's see what you've got.
Let's see what you need. You know that. And some pants that I no longer need. Oh, there's the rapier. Send that to Will. I don't need that anymore. A rotten mushroom. Some old armor I could do without. A little cash. And all I want from you is a little meat. And some gold. I don't get it. What am I supposed to be doing? get some XP.
Nothing to donate. Then again, do kindly leave.
I did donate stuff. Unless I did it wrong. I don't know what happened.
The hell's you doing in here? This is a bar, not a museum. Now get gone.
The very spot.
I got you.
Let us speak then.
We can wash our clothes yet.
What will we wear while we're washing them? We only got away with what we have on.
These clothes.
Glad to see you. Glad to see anybody, really. It was a lonely road getting here through those abandoned farmlands, and I'm a sociable sort.
Okay.
With farmers, Chris. What are we gonna...
The dog seems wary, sniffing you intently. The dog sniffs your hand and seems more at ease.
Here we are, Griselda. All in one piece.
I wish the cult hadn't burnt our farm, though. At least we got the Scotty out of that burning barn.
Wanna dance?
Engineer. Day, the Scotty.
Oh, gods! Are they gonna see it? What happens if they don't see it?
He's still at the camp. He's chilling. And he's no more talking than the rest of the animals. I just used the spell to talk to him. But, yeah, he's still at the camp, hanging out. Occasionally he brings me something.
Yes! Oh, goodness, yes! I am a good dog. Fantastic stuff! Oh, yes, you're
You little
lovely.
bug.
You can come back.
Have you found some place we can wash our clothes yet?
What will we wear while we're washing them? We only... No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
I did that.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy.
Whatever the dog thinks, being here is much better than being out there. Right, my dear?
Well...
Oh yeah,
the
no,
children can
his
be a
name
touch
is
grabby, but-
Scratch. Scratch.
Yes. You're quite right, my darling. War is no place for a precious little baby like Biscotti after all.
He does sound like JFK from Clone High. You're absolutely right. Nobody messes with the Kennedys.
What are we gonna do in the city?
Oh my god, you're that is spot on.
Me?
Everyone in the village has the same goatee. This is Meyer. Dog.
This is front page material. There must be something. That'll make a great headline.
A journalist.
Aren't you? I knew there was a story here. And there you are, the hero of the hour, walking right up to me. The name's Lens, reporter with the Boulders Mouth Gazette. Care to do a quick interview? You, of course. News travels fast in this city, and after your exploits, you're quite the celebrity. This interview will be our biggest issue yet. It won't take more than 2 moments of your time. If you play your cards right, this could make the cover. I just need some extra details. So, you've arrived at Baldur's Gate. What's brought you here at a time like this? You must have been dreaming of this day for some time. No doubt the thought kept you going despite the perils you faced to get here. My sources tell me you recently vanquished the fearsome General Ketheric Thorn. How did you manage that? I'm a journalist. It's my job to know everything. Unfortunately, the version I heard was light on the details. So what did you do to Ketheric? I'm sure you were much more than that. You proved to be quite the thorn in his side. His absolutist friends can't be very happy with you. The cult's threat is far from extinguished. What's your plan of attack? You think chaos courses through your veins? You have no idea.
Yeah, I'm about to say, there's about to be an evil thing happening here.
So, you're the lickspittle who crushed the Bone Lord's thrall. I know the truth. You come for our nether stones. Come to prize one from the tyrant's death grip. Pluck the other from my rotted carcass. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
Oh, that's
Orin's a shapeshifter. That complicates things.
Yo, what is that?
Halt! By orders of Lord Gortash, refugees are no longer allowed in the city. Turn around. Or do you have the means to support yourself?
My good lady, I am Will Ravengard. I will not pay to enter my own city.
Ravengard? Ugh, more like the ghastliest tiefling south of Neverwinter. No refugees. It is decreed. Right. Article 30.1.5 of the Council's Decree on Extraordinary Wartime Measures. I am confiscating that. The city thanks you for your contribution. Your name? doing the questioning here. Last time. Name?
Well met, Citizen Fluffington.
Your parasite stirs. From the construct, you feel connection, resonance.
State your business.
I'm a herbalist by trade, Sir Fist. My assistants and I were out collecting blooms for that rub rot going around. Oof, nasty business. Contagious.
Uh-huh. Eyes open, body still.
Alright, I'm gonna play this out, but if it starts going left, I'm gonna go back to my save.
Behind the Watcher's gaze, a presence awakens. You are seen. You are known. Your infernal machinery seems to snap to attention, almost singing in recognition. Your party's prior transgressions are reflected in its stare, as witnessed by the cult's ever-alert, scrying eyes. It has heard the howls of slaughtered goblins. The Watcher speaks directly into your mind with a voice like poisoned honey.
You are marked for special treatment. Not simply an enemy of the people, but an enemy of the Absolute. Come quietly, or die.
There is a moment's pause. The presence reevaluates you.
Apologies, citizen. No offense intended. Welcome to Baldur's Gate. I hope you have a nice day.
The watch has spoken. You may pass.
What do we have here?
Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
Men, women, children, all barred from entry. A damn travesty. A decade ago, Baldur's Gate would have welcomed any and everyone seeking refuge. Who would take in these souls, if not the Jewel of Balduran? As long as Gortash is in charge, they'll be left shivering at the gates. All part of the plan, of course. Step 1. Create an army and order it to march on the city. Step 2. Shut the gates in the name of security. Step 3. Bask in the applause. Gortash hasn't made Baldur's Gate safe. He's made it a prison. And when his army breaks through, the people will have nowhere to run. To make this city a safe haven, we'll need to bathe Gortash and his allies in their own blood.
I need you to step back.
On my way.
There must be something.
I just want somewhere warm and
Anything for you?
comforting to remember that Worm's Crossing has a bit of a reputation, doesn't it? Tad mercenary, tad sordid. Anything and
Welcome to Sharess's Caress, where our libations and sensual indulgences restore even the weariest souls.
Oh? Sounds horny.
Brothel? Pleasure house? Den?
You sound like you're speaking from experience, Will. Perhaps you'll have to give me a tour, refresh my memory.
You have gold. We have everything you...
I'm afraid you'd find my own stories rather tight-laced, Shadowheart. I was never one to sow my wild oats.
What's up for discussion?
A Githyanki. Last one I serviced blessed me with a bruise and a smile. Eyes of steel, bearing to match. I know your bliss. A sturdy dwarf, a leather whip. She gives, you receive. Or have I misjudged you?
Horny time! We're in the house of sex. This isn't what you're wearing tonight, though. This isn't what you're wearing tonight, though.
What am I wearing?
So I'm breathing at least change into some khakis or something. Go to a place. You don't even like you, though.
What time are we going?
It's reservations at 8. We should probably leave about half an hour. We should put something at 7-ish. 7's up there.
Of course you wouldn't. Who can resist the pleasure of the strap once leather meets flesh? It's Fionn you seek, our stern librarian. She isn't here today, alas. Your penance must wait. Well, we've other ways to fill your void. A drink for one, a pair of drow for another. Choose your sin. Twins, yes. Hands of such skill they could turn stone to silk. Your body could suffer no knot they can't untangle. They're through the curtain to the right. You'll need coin and stamina in abundance to enjoy their services, but the gold will be as well spent as you are. Nisha, our lovely nymph. She's engaged in the nymph's grotto on the top floor, sweeting. The client's a favorite of hers, too. I doubt you'll be able to tear her away. But we are blessed to have a devil in residence at the moment. A temporary guest. But he asked that I send any potential clients his way. Everyone who's paid a visit looks quite changed by the experience. Indeed he did. Raphael. Exceedingly handsome, and with a voice that could make the foulest blasphemy seem the sweetest hymn. Sweeting. I'm no fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, I promise I'd already have consulted it. Truth is, Fion's gone well missing. And my hands may be skillful, but they were not made to turn every last stone she might be hiding behind. To service is my calling, not to be served. But I'd be a fool to say no. The girl kept my coffers near
This
overflowing.
brothel mistress looks kind of like Dolly Parton.
2 flights up, then turn right, and right again. That's Fion's pleasure room, Elminster's library. Here, take the key.
Elminster's library?
People will get their thrills in the strangest of places.
These four walls are our world.
Oh hell yeah, dancer.
Do you think we've done something? You can stare as much as you like.
Keep one another safe. When the music stops, and we will continue dancing.
Nobody's friend with this punk rock emo group with their armor and dark eyeshadow. We are looking kind of punk. Who shall I send to the drow's embrace? How about Astarion?
Sorry, friend, but you look like you can't take what I mete out. Bring someone with a rear of cast iron.
What the fuck?
I barely got a moment.
There is much to do.
And no, not in the good
A word it shall be, then.
Was that human boys? Sorry, friend, but you look like you can't.
I wish I could kiss you better. I mean, to try.
Sorry, friend, but you.
What to do?
I put it on
A scant few customers today. A new face. Looking for another chapter of dirty law for your biography?
Look at these fucking twinks.
You have but to ask, and we can grant you a moment of pleasure. Don't be shy.
An intriguing pair. Takes me back to my youth.
Okay.
More than interested, if you feel the same.
All right.
What do you think, silly? Love, of course. Hot and vulgar with me, or
Muscle
sweet
bottom
and
Halston
sincere
is
with my
real.
sister. Trust me, you don't want to miss my signature Meta-Baranzan love trick.
And is that your partner with you? What a gorgeous couple. Perhaps we could come to an agreement.
Let's see.
We want both of you, silly, at the same
I think that being a courtesan with your
What
sibling
is mine, and I will not be shared.
would be very weird. Like, I feel like if you're gonna like I can't imagine a scenario where I'd be with someone and be like, and then you can go bang my sibling. Like, that would be so weird.
Good.
Look at me. I need everything from you.
The pangs of warrior cast often over Madame and Myra nowadays. Do you think we've done something wrong?
We are not in trouble, sister. Remember our vow to keep one another safe. When the music stops, you and I,
Especially for you.
we will continue dancing.
I barely got a moment's sleep last night. And no, not in the good way.
Was that human boy insisting on playing his acoustic lute version of High House of Wonders again?
Ugh, I hate loopers. I don't understand why there's such a time for so many.
There are a scant few customers today. This might end up being the first day in years I end with my hand alone for company.
You keep staring your regulars off,
That blacksmith was paying me to use the clamping vice.
Don't take it off later. I want to give it a good rumple.
Look at me. You need only think of me.
Pangs of worry are cast often over Madame and my renouncements. Do you think we've done something wrong?
We are not in trouble, sister. Remember our vow to keep one another safe. When the music stops, you and I, we will continue dancing.
Okay.
I barely got a moment's sleep last night. And no, not in the good way.
Don't fret.
Couldn't get us off your mind, could you? Return to us if you have a lover willing to take part.
There are scant few customers.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve. I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well, and Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it. Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
Welcome to the lurking. I think the game just broke because we were supposed to be kissing and nothing happened. I just stood there. Yeah, something something definitely broke. That was not supposed to happen like that. Oh well. Oh no.
What about him? The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies, a lethal comet careening towards our people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign. Eager for battle.
Forget your words. These four walls are our world.
Without delay.
So distracted recently. Such fog coursing through my brain.
I barely got a moment to look at me.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hop off for now because I need to get ready for our Valentine date, but I'm planning on getting, I'll probably get back on later tonight. Actually, maybe not because I got D&D tonight. So I may or may not get on later this evening, but if not, I'll probably get on tomorrow afternoon. So I'll see you all later. Until then.